Restoration, February 22nd, 2025. Today is 222. The number 2 energy doubled or tripled. When I think of the number 2, I think of balance, harmony, and partners. I woke from many dreams this morning. I recall that I'd been entrusted with the care of an infant child. Sometimes it was a little boy, and at other times it was a little girl. I also recall a lot of water, which typically represents suppressed emotions for me. The other thing I could remember was that I needed to choose where I wanted to live. My choices were a house I had never lived in before, or one that I used to live in. To help me decide, first I went to see the old house. When I walked into the foyer, a tiny pink crystal fell from its place on a chair to the floor in front of me. I picked it up and returned it to its proper place with deep love for the owner of the house, whom I knew to be female. The house had been flooded. The insulation was swollen and filled an entire room. Wires and pipes were exposed and broken, as well as beams in the ceiling, and there was no drywall. This house that was once my home was not inhabitable at all. I don't remember being shocked by this state of repair. I accepted it as normal. I wonder if the house represents my mom. She's always been my safety net in life. When my life was at its worst, she was always there for me. That's what family is to her, there in the time of need. Yesterday I was asked to trust the universe, and I thought that I'd been trusting completely. I'm now realizing that I've been trusting my mom to support me and have given the universe a backup role. That's funny. Everything happens as it's meant to, and there are no accidents, I remind myself as I begin to pull my awareness deep inside, allowing the chatter of my mind to make its way out on the wings of butterflies. I continue to focus on my breath, and it isn't long before I'm one with the stillness of nature surrounding me. Along with internal peace and calm, there's a warm, bright light shining behind my eyes. Suddenly, on the ground in front of me, there's a sand crab busy removing sand from its home. When it stops to look at me, I recognize it as my mother. Realizing that my mom was in my meditation space startled me and caused a wave of fear to wash through me. The crab transformed into a beautiful, radiant woman who asked if we could walk together. I took a deep breath to restore myself to peace and stood from my meditative pose. We walked to a bench in a beautiful garden where we sat quietly for a bit. This beautiful woman feels like my mom's higher self, enormous and very powerful. I feel like a tiny, powerless child in her presence. She stood from the bench and dropped to her knees in front of me. My beautiful daughter, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Mom, I saw your innocence a very long time ago. There's nothing to forgive. But you don't know what I've done. It doesn't matter. I took from you your entire life. I couldn't stop myself. I knew you were a powerful healer, full of light and so beautiful. I wanted that for myself. In my pain, all I knew to do was to take your light. I knew not my own. I only knew that I wanted to be powerful again. I justified taking your power because you're my daughter. I told myself that you owed me. I took your beautiful energy and light. I mocked you, drained you, and made you doubt yourself as a healer. I made you doubt your worth as a person. And though I cannot undo what I've done, I want to give everything back to you. She handed me a giant golden box wrapped with a sparkling red bow. As I opened the box, brilliant diamond light flooded my body, returning my confidence in myself as a healer, the essence of me that she'd claimed for herself. Inside the box was a tiny, pink, crystal heart, the truth of who I am, unconditional love. She'd restored what she'd taken. Tears streamed down my face as I watched myself transform from a small child into a giant, radiant being of brilliant, sparkling light and power. My wings expanded so far that I couldn't see where they ended. My mother, who once towered over me, was now standing in front of me, face to face, eye to eye, We were once again equals, restored to our true selves. As I finish typing this out, I'm in awe of the perfection and mystery of life. I'm grateful to have been restored to my true self. I'm also deeply grateful for the role that my mother played in my life. I believe we had a soul contract and we both fulfilled our roles beautifully. There's beauty and perfection in God's plan if we have the eyes to see.